Yo, it's Hip Hop DJ Eternal 88. What's going on, y'all? So, I've been saying now for months that this whole Big Meech telling shit is promotion for BMF. And turns out that it is because the sentencing guidelines were changed. Big Meech, and Southwest T were sentenced to 30 years, right? And their sentence got reduced because of this, supposedly.
Who changed this law here?
The government changed it. This had nothing to do with anybody in the streets or anybody talking.
Right.
The law changed. And Terry contacted me. I can't remember if he himself or somebody contacted me. And he didn't have 10 cents. It wasn't like he came and said, oh, I've got 30,000 for you if you can do this.
Right.
But I always liked the guy. He was just a good guy.
Wow.
Can I help him? I said, I think I can help you.
Ooh, wow.
So I looked it up. And looking up, he got 360 months because of the way the sentencing guidelines were before the law changed. And when the law changed, the guidelines would have been reduced.
Now, I don't know if this is facts, like 100% facts, but why would this man get on here and lie about it? And yeah, he's only talking about Terry, Southwest T, but if he's making a move for him, 9 times out of 10, the move's for Big Meech too, you know what I mean? And I just don't believe that Big Meech told. I still haven't seen any solid proof. So that's just how I feel, and that's what I'm standing on. Yeah, so that is what it is. But anyway, so Yella Beezy bonds out for $750K. And it's a little deep. The reason he was able to bond out is because his grandma went on the stand and basically said she didn't go with what the cops were trying to get her to go with. They were saying don't he have houses in other states, and she was just she kept it solid, y'all. Check this out. Hit that like and subscribe for me. Let's get it.
He has houses in other states, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware of him paying and helping to support other individuals in the family and also extended family and friends?
I'm not into his business like that.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out.
Yeah, so his grandma kept it solid. Now he's out on a $750,000 bail. And if they're reducing his bail that much, do they even have a case on this man? Or is it just this guy saying that he paid him? He has to have proof. He can't just say, oh, Yella Beezy paid me 40 grand or whatever they said he pulled out of the bank. They said Yella Beezy pulled out 40K like a couple of days after Mo3's murder. But he's a rapper. Pulling out 40K ain't that big of a deal. I mean, I guess it's kind of suspicious right around that time. But they got to have more evidence than just somebody saying that he paid them or saying that he did something. They got to actually have, like, texts or something. You know what I mean? So I think they got a weak case. So 9 times out of 10, Yella Beezy going to probably beat that, to be honest. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? But anyway, so an old fucking clip of Adam 22 has resurfaced, man. This just shows you that he's been doing this, like, and I'm not the type of guy to put things on bloggers or interview people or podcasters or whatever you want to say. I'm not the person that'll be like, oh, it's their fault this person's locked up and shit. You know what I mean? Because he had Yella Beezy on here, and he's asking him shit about the murder of Mo3 and if they had beef and shit. Like, don't he know that that'll cause, like, an investigation and have people looking at Yella Beezy because of that? And I'm sure they already were, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But it's just kind of wild, right? I'm going to show you the clip, but Sue Surf and Yella Beezy were two guys that go on platforms like this and not admit to crime type of shit on the platforms. Like, most people would at least say something slick. Like, Lil Durk said some slick shit on DJ Academics when he asked him about the slide for Vaughn comments. He said they ain't saying that no more. That was the dumbest shit he could have ever said. You know what I mean? If you ask me, you know. But this is what Adam 22 asked Yella Beezy, and this is like almost 2 years ago. So they must have been trying to build a case on Yella Beezy for a while, and it's not working out for him. And to tell you the truth, I don't think it's gonna work out for him.
I did want to ask this: is
you barely acknowledged it. You barely ever had anything to say about it, but there was a lot of tension, at least on records or people talking online between you and Mo3. Now that he's passed, how do you view all that? Like, are you able to admit that he was, an important factor in the city for that period of time, or is it still just you can't say anything?
Nah, I don't. I ain't never had no tension with nobody.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
I ain't never been no tension with nobody.
Look at this guy. I saw you give Vlad an answer like that at one point too.
I'm serious. I don't have a problem with people.
Right.
I don't even. He ain't had no problem with me.
Dallas creates a lot of gangsters because I was actually looking back at my old interview with him and I said basically the same thing to him. Basically didn't say shit. So
Yeah.
respect.
Ain't nothing.
So Yella Beezy was not slipping this day. You know what I mean? And he wasn't looking for any type of clout. Adam 22, on the other hand, he'll ask anybody anything. And like I said, I don't blame podcasters, but this whole indictment with Big U and Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, yeah, they might have thought that they were bringing down Big U by telling all this shit, since Big U's wax op, they thought they were like getting one up on him. But then look at the whole situation. They got all these other people caught up in it now too. And I'm not saying it's their fault, but all this crime talk up there when it's supposed to be a hip hop platform and shit is just kind of weird, man. I gotta say, it's kind of weird, And unfortunately, some people don't mind admitting crimes for clout, you know what I mean? And that now they're in them situations. They got themselves in them situations. I ain't blaming Adam, but if it's open cases or cases that weren't solved, should you really be talking about it so everybody can see it? It's obvious the cops watch the shit. You know what I mean? Unless you want to get caught, hey, then do what you got to do. But either way, man, hit that like and subscribe for me. I'm out.